7th Halloween live show presentation brought to you by Flashlight Theater, courtesy of our friends at the TBNK, especially our good buddy Jason Dudas. We're here tonight with another spooktacular design to scare the bejesus out of you. I think is it okay to say that? I don't know.
I think so.
In fact, what I'm going to do is my longtime co-host, I've got to cue him up. Let Smiley Skelton tell you a little bit about what's on tap for tonight.
We have the Screaming Skull from 1958, which should actually be called the Screaming Wife, because she's screaming all the time whenever she sees a skull.
Maurice screams every time he sees this skull.
Sometimes.
They do have a warning in the film, though. If the Screaming Skull kills you watching it, the producers will pay for your burial.
Now, I did warn Smiley before we went live tonight that since the producers from American International Picture, that company went out of business in 1980. If you were going to croak watching the movie, you should have done it many years ago. Now, along with Mike Sadauskas and Smiley Skelton, I'm joined with two other good friends, the ultra-talented musician and artist, and now a cast member. We're excited to have him on Flashlight Theater, Maurice Mattei. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Yeah,
We're pleasure to be here once again.
Yeah, and I understand you've told me that you're just bursting with things you want to say about the movie, but you want to kind of pace yourself.
Yeah, I really have to pace myself because I've really got a lot to say about this particular feature.
The movie really kind of shakes that loose. It does. It's a frightening movie, as you're going to see when we go to it here shortly.
Yeah, it definitely shook something loose.
Yeah, I've heard that. But I also understand that you're going to have the opportunity at some point tonight to interview an integral performer in the movie.
I'm excited about that.
Should be good. Should be
Yes.
good. Should
Yes.
be good. And also from Something Suave Theater, our friend Tim Caldwell joins us here tonight too as well. Now you had a little trivia about tonight's movie. I think we were talking about earlier.
Well, do you want to share it now, or do you want to wait till later? Or?
Yeah, we can wait till later if you want. That way we're going to just pull the audience in. They're not going to want to go anywhere. You're going to wait.
You're going to come. You're going to be like, I don't want to leave because I need to know what he's going to say.
I need to know. We need to know, and I will be happy to wait. Also, speaking of waiting, we're waiting to see if another one of our cast members, Leland Schuler, makes it tonight. Now, we do happen to know that several roads leading to the studio have been dug out, so maybe he either didn't see the barricades or he's trying to find an alternate route. Now, Smile, before we take him to the first segment of the movie, you had a little background on some of the performers in tonight's film.
Yeah, you'll recognize the minister. It's Russ Conway. He was a World War II veteran. He lived to be 95, and he had 228 titles. And I recognized him from many TV shows he was in, such as Mission Impossible, Mannix, Cannon, all the favorite old shows from when we were growing up.
Was he in Breaking Bad?
No, I think he died before they started filming that.
So,
He died 4 years
I hear
ago.
that's really popular.
It's huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
228 titles, so like, was he a knight and a duke? Oh, you mean shows he was in?
Yeah.
Well,
They call them titles or credits.
I was going to say he's very well known person.
If you interviewed him on the show, that would be a title.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I do also know, and then I think I've mentioned this to you before, that he also played a minister at the end of the movie. Speaking of Leland Schuler, just bursting into the studio. Welcome, Leland.
Dramatic interest.
On live television. Yay, Leland! Hey!
I got caught up in those UFOs out there.
It's unbelievable. Well, it's a way. It's a way. But speaking of UFOs, Russ Conway played the minister in that collapsing church at the end of War of the Worlds. When the saucers started to crash and the aliens were dying from the. Why did the aliens die in that movie? Do you remember, Maurice? What killed in the War of the Worlds? What actually killed the Martians? Do you remember?
I think it was a biological sort. It was the germs that they weren't.
Some of the smallest of God's creation, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. Yeah.
The A-bomb didn't work, but the flu bug got it.
The little bug, yeah.
Since you came flying into the studio
From the Flying Saucer.
from the Flying Saucer, before we take it to the first installment of the Screaming Skull, is there anything you'd like to add tonight?
No, I think I'm good.
Happy Halloween, by the way.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's October 19th already.
It's October the 19th, Canadian Halloween.
Yeah.
So you know how those Canadians are. They do their
Yeah,
own thing.
okay.
Yeah, Halloween.
The Canadian Flag Day is coming up.
Yeah, I
They
hope
just had
so. I know
Thanksgiving last week.
they are.
Well, and the Canadian
I'm sorry to my
Administrative
Canadian.
Assistance Day too.
That's big.
Yeah.
And
Big.
National Bosses Day.
Yeah.
Do you,
Right.
where the show is just starting and already like off the tracks and off to everything, but that's
You're
good.
welcome.
No, that's quite all right. But I understand too, at some point tonight, when we're able to work out the technology of it, that we may have some new video to show our people at home too, our viewers.
You know, it's interesting. I got a call from the Chill Seekers
Really?
this week. The
Yeah.
Chill Seekers.
I love the
And
Chill
they said they
Seekers.
have not one but two new songs to premiere in the show.
Well, we're gonna have to see if we can figure out a way. We're gonna, listen, I'm sure they're good. I have no doubt
Oh, I'm
that they're
sure.
good. Speaking of good, in fact, not just good, excellent. Probably one of the scariest horror movies ever made.
Ever.
In January 1958 by American International Pictures. And that would be tonight's spooktacular presentation of The Screaming Skull. So whenever you're ready, Jason, take them to the movie, please.
The Screaming Skull is a motion picture that reaches its climax in shocking horror. Its impact is so terrifying that it may have an unforeseen effect. It may kill you. Therefore, its producers feel they must assure free burial services to anyone who dies of fright while seeing The Screaming Skull.